sitting here with my new wagon that actually works with course bike. If you guys watched the last video, you know that I started potato harvesting, and you know, this is just a long process. It's now after 2 o'clock game time, so it's been a couple hours. Done a few other things I'll tell you about, but I did want to there it goes. I did want to point out a couple of changes that I made to the settings, just in case you guys ever struggle with this. But I put this side offset 4.3, and that really helps a lot. This makes them go further and backwards, you know, like it kind of stops. It doesn't ride right up along the tractor. That didn't help. This didn't help. Really, even this didn't help. But it turned, and the biggest thing, I got everything else set up, but this guy kept going around and around in circles. And I think it was just because that big green trailer just, you know, this tractor can't turn fast enough to go to its waypoint in certain circumstances. And there's been a bunch of this kind of stuff, so I don't know. And then it's just kind of frustrating. So I guess we're just going to sit here. Combine is telling him to stop. Well, okay, Combine, well, then you need to do something. So there's been a bunch of, oh, no, see now that happens. So I guess they're just taking their time. In any event. Now they're just going to cause a traffic jam. How are they doing now? Let's go back to this one. Just getting in each other's way. Let's try this again. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to plant potatoes again. Even I think he's doing the right thing this time. So it's been a couple hours of fiddle farting with this, and that's not the first time. You know, sometimes he pulls up there, the potatoes don't unload compared to doing other crops, and one day we'll have enough for the big potato harvester, and I know I've used that in the past, and it's worked just wonderfully. So we'll see. In any event, while I was gone, I went over to that Ponzi Scorpion and I cut a little bit of wood. And it was because I only had like $1,000 left. So I filled, I got the tree equipment. This is up by the shop here. Zoom out. I do that all the time. So there's most of my tree equipment, and because I bought that other wagon, I may sell that green one. Kind of do the same thing. You can see I bought a log fork over there. But you know what? I was going to set up. I was going to do it. I find the crane truck a little bit frustrating compared to using like a front end loader just to put the logs on there. That Lieber tractor, or whatever they call it. Wrong one. The Lieber TL here, telehandler. You know, guys, still have the log fork on it. Beautiful thing. I think if I had joysticks and, you know, proper setup to run the other stuff, I might be able to get good at it. But my experience in life is with the front end loader, so this comes right in key, you know. So in any event, I waited. You know, I brought this stuff up here. I wanted to see you sell it. But I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You know, I went to do some logging, and then I sold the first tractor trailer, you know, filled this thing up, not even all the way to the yellow bars there, and I got like $80,000 for it. I'm like, that's just ridiculous. It just makes it too easy for me. So, you know, I'll take some money by selling this stuff off. I guess that's kind of cheap too, but hey. It's my world. I can make up my own rules. In any event, so I would like to sell some of this stuff and get myself a windrower, so that as we, I guess I should get into that other tractor over here. Yeah, get rid of this guy. If nothing else, he's in the way. Spin around. Oh, and I ran into a wall and I damaged my stuff. So I'm going to have to repair it. You know, just being lazy about things. I really don't need this slot for it. I thought it fit on the telehandler. This isn't going to work, is it? No, better than I expected. Just can't see it too well. That's kind of what I expected to happen. I got it a lot closer. Let's see, did I do damage to my... There you go. Come on, get over there. Good. It's like playing soccer in a car. There you go. Wonderful. Yes, please. $480. Yes. Alright, so that decides it. You know, if you're looking for a series that has a lot of logging in it, this will not be the Let's Play for you. This should get us a pretty good chunk of change here. $190, very nice. So we still haven't bought the sprayer. So yeah, I was down to like $1,000 because I had to buy that trailer, and that set me back another 30 grand. So we got 360,000 potatoes so far, and pounds or kilograms, whatever it is, and that should represent, you know, another 150. So there's another 130 there. So 455, and I haven't taken out a loan yet, so let's go get back in this guy and do I sell this wagon? Yeah, I think I do. Wrong button. Alright, how much do we get for him? Nice. Yeah, this wagon held, you know, the green wagon held 45,000, which is a good amount. That other wagon, depending on the configuration that I'm doing the potatoes with, that one holds 30. So for chasing in the fields, you know, especially if the fields are close, that's enough. It's not perfect, but did it again. All right, $32,000 more. So we're up over 500. So now we got decision time. Well, I guess we got time to decide while we windrow. See, these things must take damage when you're rough with them. Guess I should read up on that mod. Because I didn't use that thing at all. Trust me, that thing's like made by the devil himself. And I'm sorry if somebody made that and put a lot of time into it, but man, I fought with that stupid thing when I first got Farming Simulator 15. Not gonna hurt to sell it. Alright, there we go. So now we go into the store And just because I think I have so many big fields, even the number 3 is not really that big. It's not too small. Everything's open. You know, this doesn't require a big tractor, even though it does a big area. And it's a lot to handle, you know, especially if you're going to do it manually, which I usually do. Alright, one purchase made. Just in time for Magnum to be slipping over there with potatoes 100% full. So what is going on? You're just waiting. And you just need to stop doing that. Alright, so sometimes they self-correct, I guess. It's not the smarter one. Alright folks, I'll be right back. 1 minute. Yeah, then he does this thing sometimes too. Alright, give me 1 second. I think I need to restart the game. Alright guys. Sorry about that. I don't know. This is this is just a test of patience. It comes down to. I've said before, I'm not the most patient person. I've persevered though. I've made it, you know, the distance. Even all these damn potatoes. So yeah, I don't know. I don't recommend potatoes if you're plan on course plan, and I don't know what, you have to be a patient individual to go through a field like that every 2 meters at a time, you know. God bless you. I wish you luck with that. I'm glad I got my potatoes done. My life's too short. To live to 100. Yeah, see, I ran into one of these walls. I don't know if that's what caused the 20% damage or if it's just been building up. Let's see, how are we doing on potatoes? Yep, we're going to get like 400,000, I bet. And they're about $400 for 1,000. So doing a little bit of math, you know, that's 4 times 400. 40,000. Should be about 160,000. Plus, I guess I should make some pig silage or hold some back for that. Plus, I don't know. Well, see, in this case, it's probably cheaper to buy the potatoes because I think the potato seeds are 0.6. So, you know, they're the same as all the other ones, I'm pretty sure. So it sort of makes sense to save some potatoes so that you can replant the field. And replant the field even this size will take quite a while. All right, let's see if this retard has figured out. He's got like Tourette's or something going on here. I don't know what, you know, I don't know what's going on, but whatever. This guy stopped. As long as I can get, he goes all the way down. I don't think he needs to redo himself. I don't have to drive all over every crop we have. I can't even see where I'm driving as far as what's been planted and what's not. If I get off the tractor, I can tell. Kind of tough. Yeah, so my plan to jump right into windrowing is kind of going off to the side with my tractor guy kind of going nuts. turn my cruise control up so high. Alright, well, there we go. It's just too finicky, even for a human being. So we only got 2 or 3 more rows to go. And I haven't really even thought about what I'll plant in one field. Now we got so much money. Alright, so I guess we can jump over to this guy. Keep an eye on the potato harvester there, but I do have to get him by the time he gets to the end, or else I won't be able to. I can chase him on the other side. At this point, I'm so tired of potato harvesting. I'm not sure if I care if I run over a couple of them. Here he comes. Chase him down to the end. Back in business. So yeah, this is a nice map, by the way. I really haven't done a 3-hour tour of it, but you almost could. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff going on, so I don't feel bad. As I looked at the map more and more, I really don't feel bad about it. You know, I'm not going to use the BGA there. And again, it's not that I don't enjoy it. If there was an easy way to tweak the dollars that you get paid for that stuff, then I'd probably do it. I've tried to do some of that before, looking into some of the game files and all. It's just, I'd have to understand it better than I do in order to really change things well. Maybe that's some change that, well, the Giants editor, if you know that well enough, you can do it. But. So, waiting. Get this guy, like I said, I'll probably windrow myself for a nice big windrower. Saves a good amount of time, I think. And then I guess our grass field's not that big, but that'll be the next thing we need for some TMR. So I will have to make some silage. I guess I might do it down in that southern farm. Alright, let's set up some GPS. And this is a pain one to... This is a pain one to try to get the GPS. It needs to go just right on 24. It just skips past there all the time. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. But I don't know if you can see in the video, but I like to get it close to 24. Watch, I'll do it. At least I didn't do it the first time after saying something. Yeah, more often, I mean, I just don't know why they had to make it this difficult. Yeah. There we go, 23.9 is what I'm going to get. Let's move it over. That should be pretty much good enough. And we'll go see how Mr. Potato Head's doing. Turn it around now, good timing. Can't have many rows left. to see for sure. Yeah, and I think if you wanted to chase this guy yourself the whole way, you wouldn't have nearly as much frustration. You'd have 2 less hours in life when you were done, but I guess that's the way all this game is. Getting the sweet meat, but I think we'll stay with the grain crops. This field might make a nice... Now, you know what? If we buy field 17, that's not going to happen for a couple of days. Like I said, I think I got enough until I get situated. I have enough farming to do. I kind of want to. But yeah, until I get more situated with everything, and you know, I can take it slow. I don't even know where everything's at on the map, and yeah, I eliminated part of what we can do with the lumbering. We can still cut some trees down and sell them. Just don't need all the fancy gear, to be honest. That'll buy me a couple of each kind of animal, probably. Maybe field 17 to boot. And then I need to get my sprayer and my spreader. There, it's 100 grand right there. So we've spent most of that money, whether we know it or not. Yeah, this course play and potato machines are tough on a man. Now, just decide to move slow. Is that because you're almost done, I hope? Please. Yay! Last couple of potatoes. Alright, let's go wash this piece of filth. Piece of filth. And, horseplay. Every time. One day I'll just use the tab key or tab key. I'm forgetting. I got the Xbox controller here. Let's go this way. Mail. I should probably just sell it. Quite honestly. Wash the top off. Get the tires. Yeah, this tractor doesn't have a 3-point in the front. So I can't pick up that mower. So I'll have to sell that later. So So this is kind of like a rental, the old-fashioned way. Buy it and then don't make the payments kind of thing. Because yeah, there's just the chances of me, now I've eliminated, I'm going to be down to doing nothing at this rate. Windrowing. We might get back to potato. We're just not going to do it with this torturous thing. Yeah, 76,000. So it cost us, like what was it? 130, I think, something like that. So I think I'm going to leave this tractor here, just because in case I buy something. Oh my God, I've got them all over the place. This guy, he can stay here. Back to him already. Yeah, this is who I want to be. Alright, so let's VV. GPS on. It's way off on something. This thing's not 24. Oh, the sprayers are 24. That's what I got in my head. Windrowers. 19. Alright. Not that one. This one. 19 on the dot. Very good. Now let's move it back over. Probably the right place the first time. Always play with the microphone right in front of me, so that I should be hitting it. Alright, well I'm going to do this field, pause for a minute, so it's going to be like 20 minutes of me just going back and forth over this rather huge field, and then when I come back I'll see how long that episode took. Is taking, and go from there. Alright, well we're almost done the windrowing. I ran up and did the windrowing field 3 all the way up north there. So that's pretty much the end of harvesting for today. Unless you count cutting grass as harvesting. Probably the last thing I'll set up in this episode, and then when we come back in the next episode I'll get into spraying the fields, and I need to plant one of them today. I had said at some point earlier, and I forget whether it was this episode, I wouldn't use the BGA, but I found that selling the straw is a reasonably priced thing. This BGA down here, it's not a bad thing because it'll get me some slurry, which once in a while with the soil mod I'll use it. It's not real common. I usually just stay with the regular chemicals. We can spray it just to show you, how much it affects one field someday. Let's see if we got any slurry going yet. Should be able to see here. Oops. It's a small window. Okay, there you go. 8,800. So, throw a little bit more in here. It doesn't probably end up setting up some kind of course plate thing to run this over from the silo there. Show you real quick. So here's the straw. This is the BGA You know, get 70. I could sell to these bioheating too, but like I said, part of it is getting the slurry. It's a little added bonus. I guess running over to the bioheating plant might be a little more profitable, but when you look at, we have silage on here. Did I miss it? There it is down the bottom. 1,600. I mean, to me, that's just game breaking. You know, maybe down the road when money's not an object and I just want to get more fields. I mean, you know, so there you see, I can't even fill it up all the way. But I kind of ran around and looked at the other sell points where they were at. So much to explore the map a tiny bit. Most of the Windrow I put in here. So you can see we've got, I don't know if you guys can read that, but 359,000. So quite a bit. What we top out at. $377,000. So 7 cents, which is what 70 represents. 7 cents, we're not going to become rich, but alright, so we're kind of done with this. I got to think about what I'm doing here. Turn that off, turn that off. So we own 19. I thought we owned field 20. I remember selling field 20. We don't own a grass field. Could have swore we owned field 20. I might even go back and look. It's good to take a look at field 20 because I might even go ahead and buy that just to have it. Because I definitely need to get grass, and I don't really see any other grass fields. I wouldn't break my heart to plant grass in field 3. Mind that normally works well doesn't remember everything, so I guess we gotta get it this way. Field 20. There it is. I don't want to run on it because I'll hurt it. Let's go. I know I can look at the Bank of Hagenstein. Yeah, I think I definitely want to cut the grass on this field. 75,000. Okay, well, if we sold it, we got the money for it, but if we never owned it, then I'm just a knucklehead, which doesn't surprise me. Alright, well, now we own it. Alright, so now we can get set up for cutting grass, which I would like to go and find where that other mower is. I don't like, I'm going to go buy like the front mower. I'm not going to bother Windrow, and then I'll show you what I'll do. Come on. There it is. So oh, it's down here, so that's, well, kind of good. I got to run it back up to the shop to sell it. And then, alright, so I'm going to just get back in my tractor. I think for a minute, we'll leave this here. One of these, sometime soon, I want to. So this tractor doesn't have the front. Look, it doesn't have the front thing, so I can't really use it. Front 3-point hitch. So I can't use it with that mower. Let's just park this guy right here. Start putting some stuff away. I've been a little lax on that. Alright, so let's see. What do we have? Where? Water. Tank. How much? Let's do a little calculating. Where's that? So this is saying it wants 180 horsepower. And if we go to mowers, I think the T8 will do this fine. Yeah, 90 plus 180 is 270. Yeah, so setting the T8 up to do it. So let's go find a T8. That's the T8 Super Duty thing. And I just noticed that we have two rapid seeders. Let's put T6. Here's a T8, and it's down here. So let's take this guy and find this. There it is. Get this mower, get it out of the way. Now we're going to get this thing. Now, you know what? Let's stick with the mower plan. I'm going to sell that tedder off. Like I said, it's unlikely that I'll do hay. Bit. So I don't know if you guys, I'm hoping you can see the soil mod numbers that I have down there at the bottom, right? You notice the soil moisture is now 43. When a new map starts, it starts out at they always seem to start the same way with 6.8. 43, 4, and 2. And 43 happened because the temperature was over 21 degrees Celsius when I crossed the 12 o'clock hour. So at 12 o'clock this after, 4 hours ago, whatever it was, because the temperature was high, it took away basically 17% of the moisture. So that mean we have to do something a little bit different with the soil mod. I don't think we're going to have to spray it with water, but we're going to have to spray some kind of moisture each day. So this, what is that? Look at the turning red down there. Oh, I guess I have to unfold it first. That makes sense. I'm gonna put it down too. There. Whatever. Never really, I don't, like I said, I don't usually use this mower. Sold to the man in red. Let's purchase. We're just going to purchase this mower, nice and cheap. It'll get us through today. So I don't know. The wide one causes. If I buy these two wide ones, which are nice, they're also much more expensive. Then I need to windrow it, which isn't the end of the world, especially because we have the big windrower now. But when I do it with this guy, by the time I get done, everything's sort of collected in one shot. So, do you go and cut everything, with the combination, or do you just run through and then you have to windrow it, then you got to do the picker-upper? I don't know if picker-upper is a official term, and I didn't purchase that. Genius. All right, let's go back in there. We'll buy this. So in other words, you spend a lot of time windrowing and gathering. There we go. Quickest way is this way. I'm not sure if it matters that much. Alright, so the one mower is sold, so we have this one. And I'll get the grass cutting going. I'll show you guys kind of my technique. It's some secret. I'll call it an episode, and so when we come back, I'll have the grass done, and that'll truly be done, all the harvesting that I plan on for today, and it'll be a matter of spraying the fields and planting. I usually have a rule that my farmer goes to bed at 9 o'clock at night and wakes up at 5 in the morning. Though I will complete my task, so if I need to spray these fields and then I need to plant them, even with that rapid seeder, it's going to take a little while to do. I think I'll plant field 16 first, and I'll do that on the first day, so that sorry, I'm distracting myself. So that I'll have one field planted each day. Not sure which one I'll do next. Maybe 14. Then, like I said, at this point, I plan on buying 17. I have to watch my money to some degree because we're really not going to have anything else coming in. I still haven't bought those sprayers. So where did I leave it? So that's going to be 100 grand for the sprayers, and then I think field 17 is like close to 200 grand, or maybe even over 200 grand. We'll see. Let's do Bank of Hagenstad real quick. Field 17, 205 grand, so that's a chunk of change. So that would get me down to 165,000. And I would like to get my animals started with that. I'm not going to buy too many of each, but we'll see, Alright, so we'll turn the forage wagon on, turn this one. Let's get this. Let's get the GPS going. So this doesn't always work with this auto set. 3.7. I think we're actually at 3.5. It's 3.45. Let's check real quick. Yep, 3.5, so. And I really don't want it this way in the long run. For a few minutes, really need to give myself a headland here, do I? Let's turn this 90 degrees, just start going at it. Move that over. So the only problem with this is that you can tend to leave. See how like I left a little bit right there as it is? I do tend to leave little bits and pieces laying around. Alright, so we're all turned on. GPS set. Cruise control. Turn this off. So as you can see, it's real exciting. Make sure all this stuff. Cruise control, set it somewhere over 13, limits me to 13. And there we go, you can see I'm mowing and gathering in one shot. Like I said, with the 3, it's might be easier to, I'm going to do 3 times as much cutting, but then I would have to come back and windrow one more time, and then I would have to come back with the gatherer, which would take less, so I suppose in theory, this is going to take a little bit longer, but I'm not so sure. It's sort of debatable to me. This one. And there we go. That shouldn't take me too awful long to do this field, but by the way, your grass harvest gets affected too, just like other stuff in the soil mod. So, grass, I forget exactly which stage, but it uses a moisture. I think it keeps going through the final growth stage, which uses a moisture, a nitrogen, an NPK, and a pH. So, if you want to keep your grass fields going pretty well, it's actually in some ways harder than a regular field, but almost every day you end up spraying something on it. So we'll see. Whatever we're driving by, or I guess we got to run down here special, but I might, if I spray a nutrient on field 16, which I definitely will. Usually I start out with nitrogen. No reason, just if you're the kind of guy who does things habitually, I always try to spray nitrogen the first time so that I don't confuse myself. I'll know that all the fields have nitrogen on them, type thing, and I don't tend to forget. And I also have a nice spreadsheet I made up that that just helps me keep track of what I've sprayed when. Nothing overly fancy, but just a reminder. Some days it's not like I'm gonna forget what I did 5 minutes ago, but if it's 3 days before I get to play the game again, it's a little different. So, well, with that, it's going to be just about be going back and forth again in this field, and probably got the video long enough length to call it an episode. And I'll get this out in a couple days, and then episode 4 will be more about the soil mod and spraying, I think. And, I'll probably come back after I get done planting field 16. And I might I'll see. I don't know if I want to replant any wheat. I may do canola. I don't really need that much windrow. And canola's, I like to do a big field in canola because it's a little easier on combine chasing. You don't get quite as much canola per acre. So here we go. Well, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.